Now, there was a survey done out of Pennsylvania to try to determine if Americans are as loving today and caring as they were generations ago. There was a survey done to men only throughout the country. The first question on the survey was, "Sir, I want you to imagine that you're on the Titanic ship today. It just struck the iceberg and it's starting to sink. Sir, the ship is sinking. You run to the lifeboats, and sir, there's only one lifeboat left. And on that last lifeboat, there's only one seat left. And sir, you are standing there with your wife." Question number one, would you give up that seat for your wife? There it is. Now I'm going to give you the answer in just a second. The national survey answer. But before I do, I'd like to hear from you. What percent of American men said they would give up that seat, that last seat, for their wife? What do you think? 100%. Thank you, sir. Others? Who said 20? My gosh. Some man has treated you wrong in the past, somewhere, sometime. 20, that's the lowest answer I've had in a while. He said 100. Well, the answer to that question was 67%. Doesn't that shock you just a little bit? Isn't that disappointing? Second question on the survey. Sir, what if it was not your wife standing beside you? What if it was your mother? Would you give up that last seat for your own mother? Now what do you think? Not your mother-in-law. I just realized my wife is sitting right over here. That wasn't good. That wasn't smart. You know what really shocked a lot of people? The answer was even lower for the mother. 54%. I did this survey for 500 physicians down in San Diego. I still remember this, La Costa Resort. And when I gave out the answer for the mother, truthfully, the whole room of physicians, they gasped the way you did. They were shocked. But there was a gentleman on the very front row who raised his hand, stood up, and shouted out, excuse me, I wouldn't give up the seat for my mother. I said, sir, even if I felt that way, I wouldn't stand up and shout it out in front of everybody. He said, let me explain. It just makes logical sense. She's already lived a full life. She's already lived more years. It makes logical sense that I would be the survivor. You know, I thought about it later. Logically speaking, he's right. But we're not talking about logic here. We're talking about caring, and we're talking about love. And it disappointed me. And the final question on the survey, sir, would you give that seat for your own child? Your own child. A few weeks ago, a woman said, does that include teenagers? I said, well, make a good point, ma'am. That was the highest answer on the survey, 74%. Now let's think about this for a second. Why do I share that news? Number one, to prove to you that you're not the average typical American. That's proof. If we had the time today, I would have all of us do that same survey in this room, and you know each other better than I know you. Those numbers would be nothing like the national averages. You see, I believe this. This is my theory. You're not in this business by chance. You're not in this business by coincidence. You're in healthcare because you care. I believe this.